Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is basically going to be part of a series where I'm showing you how I like to highlight and contour my dark skin. If you are new to my channel, first of all, welcome. If you are not new to my channel, you've probably seen the video that I posted, I would say about 2 years ago, where I was showing you how I highlight, which was a little easier, but contouring was the difficult part of that video because I was shedding light on the fact that contouring as a dark-skinned person is difficult because it was difficult to find products back then, at least for me, that were the right shade range for me and my affordability level, and just basically that were like just finding products that were just kind of widespread and known on the market. And now 2 years later, things have changed. A lot of people have been discussing the fact that we need more shade ranges and the companies need to pay attention to our undertones and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that because I see a change in the beauty industry. Maybe not all the change that I want to see, but baby steps, to the point where I have some highlighting and contouring products that are laying before me. I'm going to show you how I like to use them today. So stay tuned to this series and I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the subscriber ding little attachment, starburst attachment, so that you can see when I post new videos. I've already put on eyeshadow, I've done my brows, and I'm wearing foundation. I'm going to focus on contouring my forehead, cheekbones, and my jaw. In the next video, I'll focus on highlighting, and after that, I'll focus on contouring your nose, which is something that's basically optional. If you're interested in seeing any of those, stay tuned. I, first of all, would like to show you some of the things that I like to use to contouring. This is a Sephora concealer. It's in the shade number 21, Hot Cocoa, which is such a cute shade name. It is a shade darker than me. Usually when you contour, you want your contour shade to be 1 or 2 shades darker. And I'm gonna make a swatch on the back of my hand just for you to see. If you can kind of see that it's darker than me, but of course I have a lot of lights on. But, oh yeah, totally. This is dark, for sure. Then, besides this concealer, I have a cream foundation highlighting and contouring kit from the brand AJ Crimson. And it's in the shade 5/8. So 5 is the highlighting shade and 8 is the contouring shade. And I'm gonna put that right next to the Sephora one. Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful and dark. Take a look at that. The other thing I like to use, which I don't use this as much anymore for contouring, is my super duper ruined Sleek Makeup highlighting and contour kit. I've used this a lot. The contouring shade in this one is dark, but not as dark as I'd like it to be, so like literally you can almost barely see it. I'm gonna put it right next to that first swatch that I made, like next to the Sephora one. It kind of looks like my foundation shade, barely darker. So those are all cream and liquid concealers that I use to contour. And then I use this powder. It is a MAC blush in the shade Sketch. And this one's has a purple tint to it, but I still use it because I love that like berry tone on dark skin. And I guess that's that on the products I use to contour. Now, let's jump into it. So for my forehead, I'm going to use the Sephora concealer. Just gonna take that, grab my mini mirror. Basically, you wanna make your forehead appear smaller so that there's a lot more dimension to your head, to your face. So my baby hairs are in the way. Gotta hide a good lace front with some baby hairs, and I guess I went a little overboard. So I like to just start off with a couple of lines, like right there, towards the side of my forehead, and then I will show you on the side of my forehead. Just kind of go like that, a little bit downward. And sometimes I take some up and go right up here. I'll go under the hairs, so it's a little natural. Now that's kind of taken care of, and I'll do my cheekbones. So the funny thing about my cheekbones is that I basically don't have super defined high cheekbones. So what I'm gonna do is create the illusion of some. Now, as you've probably seen in most videos, people just cut a line across and they call it a day. But I want to make a line and then hug the under part of my cheek. so that when I smile, the cheekbone that I've cut looks like it seamlessly goes up into my hairline. So I'm gonna start from back here, draw a line. Where I smile, there's naturally some tiny little, like almost perforated lines that kind of look like I should connect the dots. I'm gonna take that and round it so that when I smile, it zip right under it. But if you have a round face like mine or more round, you want to follow this technique to create a more natural looking cut. Now I'm gonna carve out my jawline, which is gonna be super fun to do because this holiday season, I feel like I got a little extra double chin thing going on. So I wanna make sure that I'm shading the area and minimizing the double chin and creating the illusion of a slimmer neck to jaw ratio. You start off by drawing a line that goes from about where my sideburn is down. You want to make like some angular lines. So after drawing that line that goes straight up to down, you're going to do a connect the dot that comes from here straight to your chin. So I'm gonna make a dot right on my chin, the bottommost part of my chin, kind of right there. And I'm going to connect this to that dot. You might feel a little self-conscious and feel like you've just randomly drawn a line on your face and it's like, oh no, what am I gonna do? You're going to blend it out. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So to blend my face out, I usually like to use a blending sponge or brush. And this is one of my trusty e.l.f. brushes that I like to use just for contouring and for blending out my contour. So I'm gonna start with the forehead because that's been on forever. So I'm just going to take this brush and just blend it out. And you want to blend it back towards the hairline. Blend it back towards the hairline. And if you have anything left on your brush, just kind of bring it back here. And then for the cheeks, you're going to take it back and up into your jawline, and I like to suck my cheeks in. And don't forget about the rounded part in the front. Just lightly take it down and back. And then for that jawline, you're gonna just kind of brush it up and down, the line that you made by the sideburns. And then for this one, you're gonna go back and forth. My face is jiggling. Just back and forth motions, up and down, and then back and forth. We're gonna take more of the concealer and apply it kind of going downward like this on the jaw and chin area. And to make it look a little bit more realistic, I like to take a blending sponge and blend out those lines going down my neck. Sometimes as an extra step, I like to take this same sponge and go over everywhere that I've contoured and make sure that everything is well blended in. Continuing on, usually when you apply a liquid or a cream product, you want to set it with a powdered product. So I'm going to take this MAC blush in the shade Sketch. I'm going to take an angled fluffy brush and I'm going to just dab a little bit of blush on there. A little bit goes a long way. Dab it, tap off whatever excess there is, and I'm going to apply this over the areas where I applied contour already. So up in the hairline, kind of take it up here. Man, it is hard to apply this with the baby hairs in the way. Ooh. I focus a lot more of the powder towards the hair. And then I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush and continue to carve out that little C shape that we have that goes around the cheek. So, just going to use it go over everything. And then take it down towards the neck a little bit with whatever's left on your brush. And that's the basics of how I like to contour my forehead, my cheekbones, and my jawline. So this concludes the first part of the series, and the next part's gonna focus on highlighting.